What's up? Welcome to Chat Therapy. I'm here with my girls trio. Aaliyah Wheeler.
What up?
We call her Wheels of Deals. And Whitney Houston. Oh, okay.
Woo-woo. What's up, y'all? This is Whitney.
What was it before? What's up, y'all?
Come on. That's how you know it's me.
That's Whitney. We call her Whittles. We call her lots of things. You'll get to know her. Mm-hmm. This is us. This is Trio music. Just three young ladies loving the Lord. No, but just three young ladies. Just doing what we do. I have to stay focused because I'm the one who loses the most focus.
Mighty God.
Or two or three. I mean, touching and agreeing.
How can we walk together lest we agree? Okay.
The last we agree. We came to welcome Big G. No, we came to welcome God because often we welcome people into our houses. We welcome people into our lives. True. We welcome people to our parties and into our events. Even during COVID, y'all still out there having kickbacks.
Okay. All types of razzle dazzle in the crib.
I mean, just come on through. Just make sure you wear your mask.
And their masks don't even cover their noses.
That's if there is masks. They be maskless.
Facts.
Maskless. But we want to invite God into the show. Now, this is not a religious show, but we're spiritual and we love God and He's the head of our lives. So at every moment of our lives, anytime we're doing something, we like to give Him praise, give Him honor, and say He's welcome. Yeah. And we want to welcome Him to bossed up in our lives. What does that sound like? It sounds like boss, but it's not. It's bossed up. And what does that mean? Well, we want Him to break cycles. While we're talking, we want Him to break cycles while you're listening to this dialogue. We want Him to open eyes. Sometimes your eyes are closed. You know, sometimes you just don't see it. Definitely. So we want God to open eyes. We want Him to strengthen spirits. Sometimes we walk through life and people don't even know we've got a weak spirit. So we want Him to give us strength.
Come on, Jesus.
Big G, right? But to strengthen spirits. And lastly, we want Him to transform mindsets so that while you're listening to this and you feel some change happening, God can transform your mind and you can put the things that you're hearing into application in your life. So we want Him to boss up. We want Him to break cycles. We want Him to open eyes. We want Him to strengthen spirits, and we want Him to transform mindsets. So that's what the show is all about. We have some real dialogue. You know, there's no judgment.
Facts.
There's no judgment.
Zero judgment.
You are all welcome here.
There's no judgment. I don't care. Even if you're listening to this with a bonnet on.
It's okay, girl.
I mean, it's okay, right?
Pat your weave, ladies. Pat your weave, ladies.
Hey. I like that.
I'm gonna stop.
All right. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna stay focused. Focusing. The ADD comes out a little bit.
No judgment zone. That's right.
Don't judge us.
Don't.
Right.
Hey.
Facts.
Don't judge us.
Confusing high five that just took place for all of the listeners.
High fives.
Aaliyah and Deacon
Our high fives
struggled
are the
to high five. Just needed that to be duly noted.
You're the baby. You're always tattling on somebody, right?
The people need to know. I can't suffer this alone.
Get back.
My God.
Get back.
See, let me get back to it. Okay. But there's no judgment here. We're free. We're talking about everything. If you're uncomfortable, I mean, just turn it off and then turn it back on. We'll get back to something that you like to hear. But if you're uncomfortable, turn it off. There's no judgment. There's no nothing. There's double negative. There's no nothing. It's just talking and having fun. So
or you can just level up. You don't have to turn it off either. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? If you're willing to hear something different, if you're willing to be challenged a little bit, that's the only way that we're going to grow and develop and be able to boss up.
That is facts.
If you're uncomfortable, that means that it probably relates to you.
Yeah.
This goes out to you.
You, my number one. Shout out to Usher. So stay with us.
Yeah, stay with. I like that. So I'm usually nurturing people. I'm like, it's okay. But yeah, no, we're in. It's 2021. It's time to level up. It's time to be responsible. It's time to be accountable, and it's time to change.
Yeah,
it's time to change. So hopefully, some of the things that we're talking about, you can identify with them, and if you can't, like Widow's already said, just listen.
Yeah,
don't get uncomfortable. Just listen.
Time to get somewhere different.
Listen. Time to get somewhere different. I wanna take a couple of moments. In our everyday lives, we're always doing so many things. I'll talk for myself. I do so much, and I don't always take a minute to be like, go girl, you did that. I just keep going and keep going, and I'm happy about it, but I just keep going. So I just want to take a minute to all those entrepreneurs out there that are doing it. Big up. All those entrepreneurs that are doing it while working a 9 to 5. Big up.
You gonna get there.
Okay. To everybody that's trying to push out of a situation that may have left them feeling a certain kind of way, big up. It takes a big person to get through it. So big up to you. To everybody that's out here buying houses, cars, land,
let's go.
New builds.
Come on,
big up. I mean, do your thing. You're doing your thing, and I'm proud of you. I may not know you, but I'm proud of you because you're doing it. You're my people because you're doing something positive.
Facts.
I don't care about your race. If you're doing something positive, you out here treating people good.
Big
up. Because there's a lot of people out here that ain't treating people good.
Facts.
That's right.
So if you're out here doing what you can, I mean, it's saturating.
I'm telling you,
marinating.
Listen,
I think it's just segueing, right? It's segueing us
fermenting.
Come on, fermenting.
That's
I like a glass of fermented wine.
God bless you.
That's when you know it's gonna do damage when it's fermented.
When it's fermented, okay.
Sometimes you gotta sit a while.
I mean, sit a little bit of while.
Not a little
sit
bit
a little
of
bit of while. Man, so big up to everybody. And I think it kind of leads us, it segues us into our conversation for tonight. I know y'all waiting for it. I know you waiting for it. I know you waiting for it. I know you waiting for it.
Come and get it.
Hey, so tonight we're going to be talking about situationships. I mean,
say it again for the people in the back.
I'm going to say it again, and you should know it's something crazy by all the syllables it has. Situationships. 5.
And Dion likes to syllabize, so
listen. She gonna catch all the syllables in there.
And the syllable.
Come on, and the syllable.
And the syllables. All the syllables.
I try to make sure people are comfortable.
Turns syllables into soliloquies.
I try to make sure people are comfortable. I mean, not comfortable, but comfortable.
That's that extra effort comfortable.
Comfortable.
Right.
I want to make sure you're comfortable. I just want to make sure you're good.
Ooh, yeah, look, situationships. You see, I gotta bring focus back.
Yes, bring focus.
You
see there? No, okay.
Bring focus.
Don't do that. That's how my mama say my name. So that means it's technically official. Okay, that means y'all being disrespectful when you say wit. You gotta say wit. Or you disrespecting me, okay?
I'm not gonna make it if I gotta say that every time.
So situationships.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Let's go. We probably all know somebody who's in one, and we probably in one.
Yeah. Trying to blame others when it's you.
Come on. I'm just saying. So let's talk about it then. So situation. I mean. So the only way to talk about it, first we got to define it. What is a situationship?
Okay.
Well, wants to go
all
first?
Types of size and breath.
Gotta be.
So there's so many different versions of situationships. We would agree.
Yeah.
There's so many different versions. I think my version that I am currently, because I'm gonna tell my business.
Come on,
that I'm currently challenged with is situationships in family.
My God.
And my situationship began in 1804. No, but my situationship started a couple years. I know you were.
Okay,
she was here. 1804.
Oh my God, black don't cry.
Whitney's next accident was going.
But my situation started a couple of years ago. Just try to help a family member out, and I didn't want anything from the family member. Just like get on your feet and do what it is you need to do. I'm here for you. I support you because I know how hard it is to be out here with no support.
Yeah,
I can help out. I might not be able to put you in a mansion at the time. I was staying in a 1-bedroom, but you got my couch.
But
you got my couch for a month.
Couch, you know.
There's a time frame with it too, though. You got my couch for a month, and I think what ultimately happened was my deadline rubbed my family member wrong. They thought that they should have, because they were family, been able to stay longer. They thought that I wasn't going to ask them questions about seeking jobs and seeking. They thought that it was just going to be this
inquire about the progress.
Okay. So that rubbed them wrong. And when they had to leave, there were these stories about me, like my boyfriend was coming over the house and I was kicking him out and making him sleep in the car. And I'm like, whoa, where'd that come from? So I put my business on Front Street because that's a situationship that has since caused me, and there's some others, but that has since caused me to fall back from the family that I always see at family gatherings, family reunions, and just restaurant hookups or whatever the case is. I've not gone to those outings or those events because that person is there, and I don't want to spaz out.
Awkward, bro.
I had to wait. I had to wait a while. First of all, I needed to check myself because I knew I was in a space where I was irritated. Yeah. So I would definitely be going off if I see you on command. However, I had to get myself right because although I didn't do anything, I can't react to that person in that stage. So I had to disconnect myself. So
and if that person is close to that side of the family, you don't know what type of narratives they have already fed.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they were doing. They were passing it through the family, and so people were like, "Listen, you got a boy. Why would you put your cousin out in the car?"
People judge my character. Wow.
You're not even gonna ask me my side. You just.
I'm not even sleeping with my boyfriend. Like, it's crazy. That's always how it happens. I could be busting it wide open and nobody knows anything. I'm at church, I'm singing it down, people crying, oh my God, you bless me, you're anointed, right? And I'm just busting it wide open. And then when I'm like, Lord, I'm gonna be holy for you, I'm not gonna be busting it wide open.
No busted challenge for me, Jesus. No busted challenge.
No busted challenge for me, God. Hashtag virtuous woman. Hashtag Proverbs 31. Hashtag I'm waiting on my Boaz. All those.
All of those.
Boaz come forth. All those
and
hashtags.
The world be crazy. What you trying to do right?
What I'm doing right, you telling people I'm my man. First of all, sweetie, if he was here every night, you wouldn't have been able to sleep. You would have had to go to your car.
You wouldn't have been on no couch.
Okay. So situationships just kind of put you in a real funky place, with the people around you. Yeah. You have to navigate through life a little bit differently to keep the peace sometimes. Yeah. Ain't nobody no punk. We could address it, but for what? Sometimes it's like, what for what? So situationships have you having to accommodate the situation so that life can be as peaceful as you need it to be. Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So a lot of accommodations. That's a good point. That's my hashtag accommodation because I love cutting up with my family. Right. I mean, 7 grown people. I'll tell y'all the story later. But I love cutting up with my family. So I had to disconnect myself, and that was a little hurtful. But situationships from family side, it makes it really awkward.
It does.
It makes it that's your family. Yeah. So you either gonna fall out or faith out. Believe that God is gonna get you into a space where that's just gonna work out.
And there's a certain expectation that because you're family, I owe you this.
Yeah. Absolutely. They're entitled.
I owe you nothing.
Absolutely.
What? You're not entitled to any of it. What? So that's how it is with family. Wow. And I just believe that we have to start calling these things out with proper communication. And even though everybody's not able to understand the way you communicate, because there's many different communication styles, right? You have to find, you love that person enough, you got to find a way to have conversation with them so that you can understand where they're coming from, they can understand where you're coming from, and y'all could just bury the hatch and keep moving. Just keep it moving, keep going forward.
Or you can at least come to enough of a resolution and understanding to where you figure out what's going on with the next level of that relationship.
Absolutely.
And so now it can be out of the category of situation.
Yeah, you want to level it to.
Yeah, we're trying to level up.
Level up to friendship at least.
Right.
Level up to friendship. Take it out the negative, because situationship is in a negative.
Yeah.
Right? Bring it to the positive, even if it's zeroing out.
Facts.
Just bring it to friendship.
And we both on the same page.
And we both on the same page. page.
And speaking of friends, you said friendship. I think I was triggered. No. But so okay, talking about situationships. So like when I think of situationships, because I've never been in one in a romantic situationship, at least not to my knowledge.
You probably were the situation shipper.
Right. You was the catalyst.
You were the situation shipper.
Sisters, don't be telling my business. Telling my business. Hey, y'all shut up.
Y'all shut up.
So what I'm talking about is not what they trying to talk about. Nah, I'm playing. But so when I think about it, I think about reciprocity. Like the whole concept of dating or establishing a relationship with a person is you're hoping to be able to give something and you're hoping to be able to receive something. So most relationships are based off of like, do I feel like you give me as much as I give you?
Yeah.
But then when you have friendships and there's an imbalance where as friends y'all just have different expectations of what that should look like, then it gets real murky and it becomes a situationship. When you have a friend who feels like you should be doing more, or a friend who feels like you should kind of offer what is best for them and not what you see they really need. So you have some people who just want to be pacified. If they're an emotional friend, they want a friend who's going to listen. They want a friend who's going to affirm whatever it is that they're feeling. And if you have a real emotional one, they want you to halfway feel it too. Yeah. And anything less than that, they feel like they have been wronged.
They eating a gallon of ice.
You ain't mad as me.
You disrespectful.
You not gonna block her too? Like what? Yeah. It's a whole thing. And so then when you have that,
let me apologize because I'd be like, wait, I don't talk to her. You don't talk to her.
I mean, there's been a couple of friendships. I'm just gonna look to the wall where I was told to divorce people.
That's true.
You know, and I follow it. I'm like, hey,
at least we know that's an expectations.
Once I knew that's what it was.
Yeah.
The situation came up again. I was like, hey, look, I'm about to divorce them. You good? I'm gonna lie to the state and tell them that we've been separated for a year.
Are you married to your friendship? Okay, dude. Like, are you committed to the friendship that y'all began, or would you be willing? Like, so in those situations, you have a friend who technically feels wronged, apparently, like in these minor occurrences or these things you don't even know is happening. That's when you have friends who are feeling things about you and feeling things about your friendships that you don't even know about.
So, communication.
That is literally the underlying factor of everything. It's like a lack of honest communication. People are talking constantly. People are putting labels on things. That's why you'll hear me overuse the word triggered. Like I have to take the power away from the word trigger. Just because
walk into a therapy session.
Or
therapized.
Bruh, just because it's been abused so much to me, like, yo, it's like an excuse for people to be in their feelings and not use any rationality.
It's a really dramatic word.
Period. You can be absent of all logic if you are triggered.
Yeah, it's a very traumatic word.
Hashtag triggered. Don't expect me to use any brain cells at all.
I can shoot this school up.
Period. I'm triggered. Like, bro. So that's the thing. So your friends will low key in their mind be getting triggered and all types of stuff and not communicating with you effectively and saying, yo, listen, when you said such and such, it really made me feel like you wasn't feeling me when I was telling you what was going on in my life. I feel like you weren't there, or I feel like, and you have to have honest communication. Aaliyah had to be honest with me when I was being a crappy friend and I was not around when important things were happening. That was an honest conversation, but people they don't have those.
And you had to be honest with me when I was a little out of pocket and a little comment. You know, it's what it is with people you care about. And so I think that some of the foundation of the situationship is not caring.
Fact. If you care enough, you'll communicate honestly, and you'll try to figure out how to mend those things, and then that's when it takes your friendship that went to situationship back into a healthy friendship where you are gaining something, the other person is gaining something. There's no gray area. It's not murky and awkward and weird. You gotta be honest.
That's an uncomfortable space to be in, because like now when I see you,
bruh, what do we do?
Right.
Yeah, it's awkward. But a lot of people, when you're talking about communication, a lot of people don't want to honestly communicate because it causes us to get into a space of vulnerability. And for many, in our culture, vulnerability is not always accepted,
or even celebrated,
or taught, or even seen, you know, in households, you know, so
especially among Black women.
Absolutely.
We got a different type of burden to carry as a Black woman.
They feel like they can't afford to be vulnerable.
No, because we couldn't.
Like they have more at risk.
We still almost can't. It's not safe.
It's not.
It's not safe.
It's not safe, and it's not safe when the world is not making it safe, and then it's really not safe when our partners.
And our friends, which is what we're in, our family.
Our family, the people that are closest to us.
So we have family, friends.
We got family, friends.
Ooh, y'all know what's next.
Y'all.
Save the best for last.
So my situationship is probably what most people think of when they hear the word situationship.
Textbook.
And that is romantic relationships. Yes, Whitney, textbook.
The hashtag textbook.
This is what people are writing songs about. They ain't writing it about their family. They're not writing about their friends. They're writing it about the people they laying up with.
Facts.
So, I mean, we find ourselves romantically in situationships in a number of ways. People start out as side chick, messing with married men. You didn't know he was married, then you find out, but you was too in love. Y'all was friends, and he got a baby mama, but y'all was smashing on the side. Like, so it's all those. But for me, I was in a really long.
You need more syllables for that.
Like 17 more G's.
Long relationship. Y'all, I'm talking about 15 years about. I met him when I was 17 years old.
Jesus,
freshman in college, and that went on all the way into my 30s. So we were together for like 14 years, and he was doing his dirt, and it caught up in a way that you can't deny. He got a nice little baby out of it.
A nice little baby. Jesus.
I had been in it for so long that I did not know how to let go. And he wasn't going to let go because I'm dope. Right? So I didn't know how to let go. So I found myself going from being with this man, we're in this relationship, we have a house together, we're building a life together, to now being the side chick to the pregnant side chick. Like,
situationship capital.
Listen, the grayest, most disgusting, most shameful almost place to be. But like, I mean, life has to happen, right? I couldn't have got to this space without going through that. And all the I had to walk around blind for a little while to learn lessons, and that's cool.
And but a lot of us do, and it's okay.
But so for like maybe 4.5 years after that whole situation went down, I'm talking, I left the state that I was living in, wasn't in the house anymore. He didn't want me there because he was too busy trying to do his thing. My life was nuts.
I'm glad I didn't know her then.
Jesus.
Because it would have been a problem. My sisters weren't. But y'all, I'm only
shots blazing.
I bust the windows out your car. Yes. But it, like, my whole life, and I'm telling you this because I want you to know that there's no place that you can get that you can't come back from, right? So my entire life, I lost my house, I lost my relationship, I'd gotten laid off, my family was in another state, all the way in Connecticut. I was all the way in the South. I couldn't get to them, they couldn't get to me. I didn't have any support, like none of that. And even after going through all that, I still was like hanging on to this old trash box.
Come on.
Trash box. Finally, I got to a space where I was like, okay. And of course, my sisters were not on me in a bad way, but they were on me in a way to make me like open my eyes. So with them and God, my eyes opened. Up, sis. And I was like, okay, Aaliyah, what are you really? What are you doing and why? Ew. So I was able to remove myself, detach myself, get those emotions back under control, love myself, value myself. And a lot of times with these romantic situationships, that hit different. That hits different. Family, really that's your family. Friends, y'all love each other differently, but these are heartbreaking. So for any of y'all that are in or have been in a romantic situationship, you know exactly what that feels like when people start catching feelings, or feelings were already there and now it's murky. Like that's the worst, because you don't know where to go. Like, you're confused. I lived in confusion. I was going to work every day, hanging out with my friends, singing, confused.
That's crazy.
I think that you know what? That's each of our stories, though.
Yeah.
Because I was confused. I'm like, wait a minute. So hold on. You came into my home. And you're talking junk, and you're telling things that aren't even true. Like, if you was telling the truth about something, like when you got there, one of my forks was missing or something, because the forks just go missing. Forks and socks. I mean, they just go missing, right?
Hot commodities.
Yeah, you know, if you was talking about something like that, hey, okay, it was true. But you're out here lying, so I'm confused. And you with friends, it's just kind of like, how do we get here to where I thought we were tight enough friends to be able to have these discussions, but we're not. So like confusion. Just
so you're learning something new. You're learning where your actual relationship truly stands, not where you thought it was. So then it's like, yo, we've been friends for years, but I really thought we was not here. Right. Like, this feel petty compared to the amount of time we've known each other and all. The amount of time this feels together. Period. But this feels real petty, but it seems like it might be the end of us.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's like, a lot of times I feel like these situationships happen and we bring ourselves into it, we do. But I think a lot of times God is using that to make us see something.
I agree.
Something is, you're supposed to see something in that. It's too complicated not to get lessons out of that. Yeah. Like if there's nothing else that has purpose. A situationship, as negative as it sounds and as positive as purpose sounds, it has purpose.
Somebody gonna learn something.
Situations.
Somebody gonna learn something.
Hashtag situationships have purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. So look at it from a different perspective. If you're in one right now, think about it like, I'm going to get out of this and I'm going to learn a number of lessons that are going to prepare me for whatever blessings God has for me. You just look at it from a different lens. It might be ugly right now. You might be hurt. You might not understand or be understood. There might be a lot of things going on, but just know that your situationship has purpose. And find the purpose in it. Is it purpose so that you can grow and be a better person, so that you can learn how to be the person that communicates? Is it so that you can be the family member that still loves people beyond that? Like, whatever your situationship is, even a situationship at work, like the situationship is everywhere. So whatever it is that you are in right now, the situationship that you're in right now, just look at it and see what the purpose is, and don't feel negative about it. I mean, it happens to everybody. So you just have to grow and get out of it. Don't stay in it. Like, know your worth. And this is not, we're getting to a place where we're about to wrap it up, y'all, but know your worth and know that you are valuable and you deserve the best. Not with an attitude like, I got that. No. You deserve the best because you were fearfully and wonderfully made, and you are a being that deserves to be treated well. And even if you're not treating people well, take this time to stop the way you're treating people, humble yourself, and start treating people better.
That's right.
Anybody can change. So that's my positive affirmation for you all. That you can change. You are valuable. You are worth it. You are worth a better life. God. So whatever needs to be changed, allow that change to happen at the top of this year, at the top of tomorrow, at the top of the next day, at the top of the next day. Every day you just have to have that mindset of change. Absolutely. So we forgive ourselves around here, right? Yeah. So we just want to go around and forgive ourselves for just something. It could have been something today, something last year, whatever. I'll go first. I'm forgiving myself for always being late. Oh my gosh, I've had time issues my whole life, and I forgive myself for not being as timely as I could have been. But now that I'm aware of it and I've acknowledged it, things are much better. So I forgive myself. Better, y'all. Yeah, I forgive myself. Better. They used to talk about me. They be like, "Yo, was she in here yet?" Who's next?
I'll go next.
Go lead.
So you know what? Like, not to be all deep or whatever, but talking about this, I realized that I've never forgiven myself for allowing myself to be in a situationship. So every time I talk about it, I really just be like, you were so stupid. Like, what? I have to stop doing that.
Yeah, today.
We don't do negative
self-talk.
Yeah. So, I forgive myself.
Wow.
For not loving and valuing myself enough at the time to keep myself out of that mess. It was mess.
Yeah.
I forgive myself.
And big up to you for getting out of it.
Yes.
Big up.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. So, mine is a little simpler, but maybe not. I be having deep nuggets.
Oh, come on, we're listening.
Nah,
the whole world is listening.
Not expectations.
They have
high.
almonds in them.
The World Wide Web is listening.
I'm weak. So I forgive myself for not sticking to my guns today when I did not want to go get my nails done.
God was trying to tell
and I
you
let
something.
myself be talked into it about how bad my nails looked, how much they had grown out,
and I
went
worse now.
They do.
Y'all, I experienced the worst nail experience ever in life. Like, you don't even understand. Like, it's just like, I'm triggered. See? Yo, I'm triggered. Like, my doggone cuticles are on fire right this second. Like, real talk.
I told my dog he can't lick that hand.
I tell Mecca, yo, you can't be doing all that licking on this hand, bro. I'm an injured soldier. I'm bruised, battered, and scorned. Jesus. But yo, I forgive myself for not
gonna take them
sticking
off
to
before
my
we
guns.
record.
Yo, the next time I say I'm not in the mood, and I don't want to be sitting up in no, I'm not gonna do it.
Maybe
I'm not gonna do it.
God is.
Come on.
Trying to.
Yo, did you say trying to?
I'm trying to catch you.
Wiz Black Card has been revoked a number of times.
First of all, this is a different conversation for a different day.
Okay, yeah, this is different.
Black Card restored.
Okay, Black Card restored.
For now.
Temporarily.
That's gonna be the name of the
For
episode.
now.
Black Card restored.
For now.
For now.
But no, seriously, y'all, we not done with situationships. We know it's a super complicated thing. So next week we'll continue. What are we talking about next week, D?
Collateral damage.
Collateral
damage. Yeah.
Ooh. So what happens after or during them situationships?
Who's affected? Who's impacted? Because it's never just you.
And we're going to talk about situationships at church just a little bit.
Oh,
okay.
You know,
we can throw that in there.
how people pay the biggest tithes and they're really cool with the pastors and such.
Don't be dropping it. Don't be dropping it. Wait.
Shade. Already.
You gotta
wait for
You
the
gotta
shade.
wait.
I'm actually,
the shade.
that's the truth.
Wait for shade.
You gotta wait.
Wait for the shade.
Sweet. Okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna say anymore.
Okay.
But that's the end of our time, folks. We're not gonna drag it out. I think we had a really good time talking to y'all.
Do you have
just
have
having
your sexy affirmation this week?
She did her affirmation already.
I kind of did it in like my big sister voice.
Nah, it's
but
supposed to be
a sexy affirmation.
Come on. Come on, 1-800
I just want you to know that you are valuable. You are amazing.
My God.
You are worth it. You can do anything. You are the love of my life. No, I really love you. I don't know you, but I love you. I love you. I love you. If nobody's telling you they love you, I want you to know I really love you. I believe in you. Yeah. Whatever it is you're trying to do this year, you're going to do it.
Yes.
Write it down. Put some goals to it. Yes. Put some milestones and timelines and deadlines to it. Follow up. Get you some accountability partners. Yes. Make sure your friends keep you accountable. Don't talk about, I want to lose 100 pounds this year. And they talking about, let's go on out and get some cheeseburgers. And, you know, it's midnight. You know, make sure your friends, people that are around you, keep you accountable. Yeah. So talk about your goals, because when you talk about your goals, then they'll keep you accountable, right? So I love y'all. You're going to do it this year. I know it. Even if you didn't do it any other year, you're going to do it this year.
2021.
2021. It's not too late. It's never too late. I love you. Wow. And I'm going to give you a big hug.
Wow. You guys are getting a lot of chest action. There's chest action going on there.
Is waiting for you.
We love you. We love you. We love you.
All right, fam.
Bye. All my love is waiting for you. I don't know that darling.
Whitney Young, and she never knows these songs.
Later, y'all. Bye.